For the week of March 21st, 2021, hello and welcome to Patch Notes, your weekly update on the video game news you need to know about. My name is Doris, and let's jump into your weekly Patch Notes. Hey McKenna.
Hey, Caesar.
Today is March 21st. Do you know what that means?
It's the 21st day of March.
Common Courtesy Day,
Oh, yay!
a National Crunchy Taco Day, also World Poetry Day.
I want to do one. Okay.
Go for it. Go, give me a poem, give me a haiku, whatever.
The Wild Aces will win the championship. Refrigerator. That is my haiku. Thank you.
With the COVID pandemic, there has been less of a need for live events. Even though more places and sporting events are opening their doors, some things are still just aren't back to normal and are struggling. For example, due to the pandemic, Activision hasn't hosted a live event in over a year, and it seems that even after the quarantine is up, they may not have any more live events again because Activision wants to be less dependent on live events, such as the Overwatch League, OWL, or the Call of Duty League, CDL, thus resulting in the layoff of at least 50 employees. Tony Petiti, president of sports and entertainment at Activision Blizzard, said, "We learned a lot last year in terms of how the league can be structured for online play, and we'll look to carry forward the best practices from that." Adding, "In terms of timing, it's a reaction to the realities of how the leagues are playing and what resources we need to allocate to serve best the league, owners, teams, and fans." Last time Activision Blizzard saw major layoffs, they laid off over 800 employees in 2019, which is really weird because later on in 2020, they had a call for 2,000 new employees. And apparently this time around, the layoffs didn't just affect the esports team. It is estimated the layoffs affected around 2% of employees, which is about 190 employees. And according to a spokesperson from Activision Blizzard, King, developer of Candy Crush, is one of the areas affected, with one King employee losing their job. According to a report from Bloomberg, employees that lost their jobs are receiving a 90-day severance package that includes continued health benefits for 1 year, as well as a $200 gift card to BattleNet. You know, the essentials. This story is still developing at the moment of writing and recording, but we wish nothing but the best to those that have been affected. Back in February, Riot Games started a private investigation into the allegations that CEO of Riot Games, Nicola Laurent, harassed and discriminated against former employee Sharon O'Donnell. Earlier this week, Riot Games came out announcing that they are closing their investigation, stating there is no evidence Lawrence harassed, discriminated, or retaliated against Ms. O'Donnell. The investigation committee also stated that they have full confidence in Lawrence's leadership, that no action against him is warranted, and that he will continue to operate as CEO. And you might be wondering, what were the allegations? O'Donnell was a former executive assistant and alleged that while working there, Lawrence made sexual comments toward her, made demeaning comments about her gender, and that she was fired because she refused sexual advances by CEO Lawrence. And the Special Investigation Committee claims we were simply unable to find any evidence that would justify a sanction of any kind against Lawrence. That being said, Riot Games has stated that they are working to change the culture in the company, and the special committee ended their report by saying, "We remain fully invested in overseeing the company's initiatives to transform Riot's culture. In this regard, we encourage any employee of Riot who has experienced misconduct to feel safe reporting it." When looking into the story, there's more going on behind the scenes. According to legal documents, it seems that O'Donnell was reaching out to former coworkers to join in on the lawsuit against Lawrence so that they can get some money out of it. And according to two testimonies from anonymous sources, in court, O'Donnell would reach out to them asking them to join, saying that they could earn upwards of $500,000. And when they denied her, she would harass them, calling them names like bitch, and releasing their phone numbers to journalists. For now, this is what we know. But what I have to say on a personal note is believe victims, but also just don't be a bad person. Formerly of EA and Ubisoft, and most recently Stadia, Jade Raymond has now opened up a new studio in Montreal called Haven. They're working on an unannounced IP for PlayStation. Raymond has previously been the producer of many game franchises such as Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs, and says she's going to be bringing in many of the talented game developers that I have worked with for years. Well, she said. In her PlayStation blog announcement, it also seems she made bit of a cheeky comment towards Stadia, her most recent employer that she left. She says, "It's time for us to refocus on games in a place where we can practice our crafts without barriers and impediments." She also added, "We want to make something wondrous for people to experience because we believe in the power of games to bring joy to people's lives. And Sony does too. I couldn't be happier for their backing and support." As for what's to come next, we'll just have to wait and see, but for now, we wish Raymond and the team over there nothing but the best. So earlier this week, Square Enix held an event with updates of upcoming games, and here's a really quick wrap up of what they announced. Life is Strange True Colors is a standalone title in the series made by Deck 9, the same team that is responsible for making Before the Storm, and follows a woman with psychic abilities on her journey to discover what happened to her brother Gabe. Alex is also bisexual, with the option to romance between characters Ryan and Steph. So this should lead to some very interesting dynamics in the story. And speaking of Life is Strange, the original Life is Strange and Life is Strange Before the Storm will receive a remaster. The remasters will be available in an ultimate version of Life is Strange True Colors, but also will be available for individual purchase, available September 10th. Project Athia has a new name and is being called Forspoken, and Forspoken is set to release in 2022, and this is the game that is being written by Gary Whitta. And Avengers had a few content updates that they gave, including Black Panther coming to the game this summer, and also the unfortunate news that Spider-Man is being pushed to later this year, but hopefully before next year starts. Video game updates, dates, and other stuff. One of the biggest updates for our little corner of the community is that Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion has a release window. It's not a release date yet, but it's a release window of April of 2021. This game looks like a lot of fun. Have you seen gameplay, McKenna?
I have, and I'm super excited for this. It's going to be so great. I can't wait.
I think the person in our little corner that's probably most excited about this is a friend of ours by the name of Jessie, or Pink Spider Felix on Twitter, and she made this amazing art piece. Boom, beautiful. Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion expected to release in the April 2021 window. Also, upcoming game announcement release dates. Emily is Away 3 has a release date of April 16, 2021. And McKenna, you like this game, right?
I
like the series?
love this series. I missed out on that whole AIM thing. I was too young, so it was very interesting going back through and whenever I was playing them and like, experiencing that.
It's a very interesting game series, and I can't wait to see what they do with this next installment and if there are going to be future installments to come. Emily is Away 3 releases April 16, 2021. Upcoming games: Vaporum Lockdown is a steampunk RPG prequel following scientist Ellie Teller as she tries to survive tragic events. This game releases March 21st. On March 22nd, we have Story of Seasons Pioneers of Olive Town, which allows players to take care of their own farm by planting crops, raising animals, and building relationships. We also have Overcooked All You Can Eat, and that is a remaster and bundle of Overcooked 1 and 2. And also on March 22nd, we have a new season of Fall Guys. McKenna, are you looking forward to the new season of Fall Guys?
Yeah, I'm hoping to jump to fall back in.
She said the thing!
I said the thing!
On March 24th, we have Yakuza 6. Yakuza 6 is an action-adventure game telling the story of Kazuma Kiryu and what happens after his release from prison. March 25th, we have Monster Hunter Rise, and Monster Hunter Rise lets the player hunt monsters in an action RPG setting. March 25th, we see Crash Bandicoot 4 coming to new-gen consoles, PS5, the Xbox Series consoles, and also the Switch. March 25th, we have Terminator Resistance Enhanced. From their description, it says, experience the events leading up to the decisive final battle for the fate of mankind in the war against the machines. Today, recording this, it is March 20th. It's been 1 year since Animal Crossing released.
No way!
Isn't that crazy?
That's insanity.
What do you think, like, 1 year post?
I love the game. I have spent many hours staying up late, perfecting my island.
This game will always hold a special place in my heart, and I'm so grateful for the memories I made playing this game. Thank you for watching Patch Notes or listening. Make sure you give us a like, leave us a comment, and leave us a review wherever you're listening. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at PatchNotesVids. The link tree is in the description down below. My name is Cesar Torres at Caesar Towers. My friend, my editor, my producer is McKenna at PotterPants212, and we hope you can join us next time where we give you your weekly Patch Notes.